Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to our dear President, Donald J. Trump and the first family, and J.D. Vance and the second family. We the people, for the people, by the people, they are representing to the fullest extent and protecting and enforcing our U.S. Constitution vested rights of all U.S. citizens and ensuring all U.S. citizens receive an equal application of law. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you see the individual White House staff members' own people were taken into custody. That is called equal application and protection of law clause. There is nobody above the law. But under the Obama-Biden administration, there was a lot of them above the law, and there's a lot of them that were made multi-billionaires. Not millionaires, billionaires. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we the people, for the people, by the people, had rose up and brought back Donald Trump, the original winner in 2020. That election we know was stolen away from him. That election we know was a hoax. And that election will go down in history as one of the worst endeavors the Democrats had ever undertaken. Because not only did they violate U.S. constitutional law, they violated UN treaty laws, they violated human rights laws under Articles 2 through 9, and it is proven. Such will be brought to justice. We the people, for the people, by the people, will prevail. On this day, we'd like to thank my brother and sister military people serving overseas, giving up their family to spend a day with one another overseas, protecting the United States interests and U.S. citizens abroad, and as well as protecting our United States Constitution. We also give condolences to the families of my two brothers that were lost in Washington, D.C., near the White House. Unfortunately, domestically too, we do suffer casualties. And these trying times, which was initiated and inaugurated into, effect, was under the Obama-Biden administrations. The biggest and worst individual decision any United States citizen has ever made. We, as U.S. citizens, made a mistake. We, as U.S. citizens, have seen the mistake, recognized it, and have cured that mistake. We should not let it happen again. And unfortunately, that amoeba dysentery has infected the city of New York. This AOC, Bernie Sanders, Vladimir Putin, the premier of Iran, the premier of China, Deng Xiaoping, the leader of North Korea, are all salivating. Can you imagine? And I want to say, can you imagine again? Because never in the days of my life would I believe that the Democratic Party, that's why we call them Democrats now, because they become vermin, preying on the needy people and preying on the weak-minded people to coax them to vote and illegally represent the word democracy. We, as individuals of American descent, because we all come from different walks of life, have done so also to get George Bush Jr. out of office. When we elected Barack Hussein Obama, the consigliere to a domestic terrorist organization known as Black Lives Matter Movement Incorporated and Antifa. What a mistake that this country made. But they're going to rectify that. He will be brought before a UN tribunal, and the United States Constitution protects all lives matter founder is pushing for such, since he was denied his vested rights under the First Amendment, his right to religion, which is Roman Catholicism, and under that Roman Catholic canon law states you must promulgate the church. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, he is guilty for genocide under Roman Catholic Italian Americans, because I could not have children. I am the founder of U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter Incorporated, a 501c3 registered that I fund through my own disability checks that I receive due to PTSD and my inability not to work. But, ladies and gentlemen, on this day today, we give thanks because God blessed this day when he brought the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria into the harbor, Plymouth Rock, where Indians and the new inhabitants of what is now known as the United States of America and state of Massachusetts, we and they entered into a friendship and a pact and exchanged gifts and sat down and broke a meal, which is a gesture of unity. Breaking bread is a very serious sign. It is, made an analogy towards the Last Supper when Jesus Christ shared the bread with his individual apostles. These 12 apostles went throughout the world, and these 12 apostles learned other languages. This is why they say when you're speaking in tongues. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we have found an ebb to the serious problem that was festering when Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden came into office. We cured that problem somewhat, but we need to finish remedying the ramifications of what Barack Hussein Obama did to the American people. The reinventing of racism is a serious, serious problem that was, well thought through and a well executed plan to break up America and split all the ethnic groups. I've never seen in all my life this, the atrocities committed by a democratic society like the United States of America, targeting individuals in the prison system, using mental warfare called Project M, which was deemed illegal to be used on the soils and U.S. citizens of the United States. COINTELPRO, illegally used in prisons to maintain the Italian Americans in jail, myself also, by falsifying records, which Wilkie Farr and Gallagher, 777 7th Avenue, New York, a prominent law firm, and 3 of their prominent attorneys, Martin Klotz, Jill Magnani, and Millie Desire, with a team of forensic lawyers, went through my records in Washington, D.C., and found so many falsehoods, it was beyond compare. These individuals will be brought for testimony in a FOIA complaint that should have went to trial against the Executive Office of the U.S. Attorney under Barack Hussein Obama. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, 25-1580 sitting in the Second Circuit awaiting sua sponte reversal and remand to Judge Swain of the Southern District of New York, which docket number is 21 CV 4138, who sua sponte dismissed the complaint that was supported by evidence, both documentary and medical. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, she needs to be impeached, brought before Congress, and asked who influenced her to throw out Rizzoli versus Black Lives Matter movement et al., where Barack Hussein Obama was listed as a defendant. This case also was before Judge Laura Swain, Southern District of New York. So when, where, and how these individuals infiltrated the United States court system is beyond me, but we know what their main objective was: to overthrow the United States Constitution and rewrite it through these illegal and, how do you say, abominable court rulings by these judges appointed by Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And remember one thing: we the people, for the people, by the people, will prevail. Thank you. God bless you. God bless my family throughout the world. God bless my family in Sardinia, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Argentina, New Jersey, those who deserve it. My brother Paul, my beautiful niece, Holly Ray, my sister-in-law, Wendy, her mother who is going through some medical conditions. God bless them, and God bless all those who support the United States Constitution and death by hanging under UN treaty laws for those who commit treason, sedition, and acts of atrocities against humanity. Thank you very much, and such is supported by law in the Second Circuit, Caddick versus Karasnik, 70 Fed 3rd, 232, Second Circuit, 1995, and UN treaty laws, Articles 2 through 9. Read them, look it up. It's a serious and very, very, very intense legal ruling, and it also supports life of each and every one of you. Thank you.